Rashid, Kapadia. 2 questions. 2 questions. Rashid, Kapadia.
We'll never know how tall we are until we are asked to rise. And then, if we are true to plan, our statures touch the skies. These are the words of an early American poet, Emily Dickinson, reminding a very young nation: stand tall, rise high. Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, today my task is to reinforce that reminder. Stand tall and rise high on wings for judgment and courage. I'll use 3 stories to reinforce this request. Story number 1. After World War II, there was a rapid escalation of nuclear weapons. This prompted President Kennedy to say, "The world is very different now, for man holds in his mortal hands the power to abolish all forms of human life." President Kennedy is also on record with this, though I have modified and paraphrased a little bit. At some future date, that High Court of History sits in judgment on each of us. And our verdict will be decided by the way we answer 2 questions. Question 1, were we truly men and women with judgment? With that perceptive judgment of our own mistakes, the mistakes of others, and with enough candor to confront these mistakes? Question number 2, were we truly men and women with courage? With courage to stand up to our enemies and courage to stand up when necessary to our own associates. Judgment and courage, these are the qualities which, with God's help, this President hopes will characterize our government. Now that is the President of the United States, reminding himself and everyone around us that unless we rise high on wings of judgment and courage, that High Court of History may have to judge us harshly. These 2 questions are burned into my brain. Story number 2. 1990, South Africa transitions from an epic injustice to an epic reconciliation. In the history documentary, Miracle Rising, that system of government, apartheid, is described as being so evil that it is destroying both the oppressed and the oppressors. And one of the leaders of the oppressed, Desmond Tutu, he says something that is burnt into my brain. Here's what he says: none of us as oppressed would have been able to predict that had we been in the same circumstances as our oppressors, we would have been any different. Wow. This is judgment and the courage to say. This line is burnt into my brain. Story number 3. Very recently, I was watching a neuroscientist, Robert Sapolsky, giving a TED talk called The Biology of Our Worst and Our Best Selves. Here he narrates an incident from the Vietnam War called the My Lai massacre, where our worst and our best selves are on full display. Here is Robert Sapolsky. An American brigade storms an undefended Vietnamese village and commits horrific atrocities. An appalling massacre. And while this carnage was going on, another American helicopter pilot, Hugh Thompson, he lands his helicopter between the Vietnamese, the Americans. He sees what's happening, and he trains his machine gun on his fellow Americans and says, "If you don't stop, I will mow you down." Hugh Thompson stops the My Lai massacre. And by default, for any of us, it is easy, it is automatic to honor, to respect that kind of judgment and that kind of courage in these horrific circumstances. I kept hearing Desmond Tutu's voice. Rashid, are you sure that if you were in the same situation as those soldiers, in those horrific conditions, that your behavior would have been any different? I'm not so sure. This is just burnt into my brain. So stories like this, they have led me to three conclusions. Conclusion one, judgment and courage are the virtues I most admire. Conclusion two, I am shaped by the worst and the best behavior of people surrounding me. You too. Right now, you and I are shaping each other. Conclusion three, the more and more I surround myself with people whose best side is connected to judgment and courage, the better. Back to the beginning. We never know how tall we are until we are asked to rise. Today, to you, the people surrounding me, I am asking you to rise high on wings of judgment and courage. I promise to do the same. From the command of the presidency to the command of the High Court of History, stand tall, rise high on wings of judgment and courage. If we can manage this, we will be like a beacon, we will be a shining light in this world. Our best selves will nourish all who surround us. And maybe, just maybe, our combined courage and judgment will lead us to that reservoir of decency, of infinite decency. Yes, that infinite decency that still stirs within each of our souls.